This is the famous one-page memo that I used as a brand manager at Procter & Gamble. It may look simple, but this single piece of paper has made P&G billions. Yes, that's billions with a B. We use this every day to build business plans, pitch ideas, and launch products. When you have to fit your entire plan on one page, bad ideas get exposed really fast because there are no 100-slide pitch decks to hide behind. In this video, I'll walk you through me using this template in real time to propose launching a new physical product in P&G. Then I'll use the same one-pager to plan a digital product in a small business. By the end of this video, you will never use anything other than this one-page template to make any decision in your business ever again. Let's get started. Okay, here's a fresh template. Let's say I'm proposing a new physical product in the fabric care category at P&G. Most products right now under their leading brand Tide are positioned as either deep clean or stain removal. I want to introduce a product that is focused on restoring old clothes. We'll call it Tide Revive, and it'll be a premium detergent that helps restore worn out clothes to look brighter, newer, and feel fresh again. In this first one-pager, I want to pitch this to the director of fabric care for EMEA, and I need to convince him to let me launch this initiative in the region. So we start with the header. To begin, let's add the name of who we're addressing this to. So that's going to be John Doe, Director Fabric Care of EMEA, from Rabia Hassan, Brand Manager at Fabric Innovations. We add the date. I'm leaving the subject blank for now. Let's add it in the end once we know what the core takeaway is. Now we create each section, and as I do this, I keep asking myself, what does this person need to know in order to make a decision? Here, we are trying to convince our director, John Doe, to approve this initiative. So he will want to see a strong business case and strong benefits to agree to dedicate the company's resources to develop and launch this product. So we will add only the most relevant information to make it easy for him to say yes. Section 1 is going to be summary, where we're going to summarize our main idea, takeaway, proposal in 1 to 2 simple lines. So I'm going to say, I recommend launching Tide Revive, a premium subline under Tide that restores brightness and texture to worn out clothes, targeting women aged 30 to 55 who are frustrated with fading garments but reluctant to replace them. This line is expected to deliver $20 million in incremental sales in EMEA in year 1, with strong margin upside and global expansion potential. With these 2 simple lines, we have clarified the proposed product's name, positioning, which brand it's under, the exact job to be done, the target customer, the pain point of this target customer, the exact dollar amount that this will generate in this region, and supplementary benefits. Anyone should be able to read these 2 lines and know exactly what we want to do and why, which is exactly what's happening here. Now in section 2, let's give our reader the context that led us to this idea. We can call this background, and this is where we will summarize the relevant information that will get our reader up to speed really quickly in case they were not involved in the process. I say information because we will just write non-debatable facts, so not our opinion and not recommendations. As a P&G brand manager, I would have already gotten this information from consumer focus groups, interviews, and surveys while researching pain points of a typical fabric care consumer. It would be something like this. 60% of consumers say they wear their clothes longer but are dissatisfied with fading, pilling, and general worn appearance. They associate fabric dullness with cheap and unkempt clothing. Current detergents clean but do not restore. Existing solutions are limited to niche fabric softeners or specialty sprays that lack the brand trust or distribution. Tide Revive meets a growing demand in value-conscious households for clothing renewal without replacement, at a moment when sustainability and budget are top concerns. The key jobs to be done are for the clothes to last longer and look new. In this section, we now understand the consumer and the positioning of the product. Now in the next section, let's talk about the key reasons to believe in this product in order to convince our director. We're going to call this key benefits, but you could also label it as rationale or discussion. A best practice to follow here is to add no more than the top 3 benefits or insights. The reason is that if you can't convince your reader on your idea with your best 3 benefits or reasons to believe, then you probably aren't going to convince them with 17 weak ones. So it's almost like, go ahead, give me your best shot as to why we should do what you're saying we should do. And if your best 3 benefits aren't convincing enough, then you know that this idea is not fully developed yet. And it's probably a lot more fluff than substance at this point. And so you need to go back to the drawing board and rework it until we see objective benefits, like undeniable demand or a clear path to profit, or some kind of value in the supply chain that is undeniable and hard to debate. For our product Tide Renew, the top 3 benefits would be consumer demand and low incremental cost of goods sold leads to higher margins. 7 in 10 of our target segments say that they would pay more for a product that makes clothes look new again. This allows for higher margins with low incremental cost of goods sold due to shared supply chain. The second could be something about how this is a blue ocean market. So we can say category white space. No leading brand offers a renew and whiten positioning at scale. We own the clean space. Now we stretch into restore. The third could be something about how this will leverage Tide's popularity. So we can say brand synergy leverages Tide's brand equity, trust, and shelf dominance to launch with a lower cost of customer acquisition. Next, in section 4, we are going to add the backbone of all product proposals. And yes, I'm talking about financials. Again, keeping the director of fabric care in mind here, he won't want to see the entire P&L in detail, but just the most important numbers, which is basically how much is this initiative going to cost and how much is it going to bring in. Now, in this example, I would have already worked a detailed P&L with finance and market sales and planning. We would have looked at the historical data and also the unit economics of how much it's going to cost us to make this product. And we would have created a short Excel report. As I will send this one pager in an email, I would attach that P&L report separately. And in this one pager, I will just add the most important and relevant numbers for the director to see. So we can add the year 1 sales, the gross profit, the marketing investment that we need, when we're expecting to break even, and also the global upside, just so that the director can get an idea of the future potential of this initiative. Great, so now we have the most important information already in the one pager, and now we just need to close the loop by adding some next steps so that the director knows exactly what needs to happen next in order for this initiative to move forward. We are taking full ownership of this process so that nothing is left open-ended. So think about who's going to do exactly what and by when. So I'm just gonna say next steps: secure the fabric care director and VP approval for the pilot launch in EMEA with 3 key markets, let's say UK, France, and UAE. And we want this initiative to go live by September 2025. Then begin formula adaptation with R&D by June. Confirm in-market test with regional sales and shopper teams by July. Finalize the creatives for the campaign with localized assets by May 30th. Now that we know exactly what needs to happen in order for this initiative to move forward, we're going to go back to our subject line and figure out a really good title that can summarize the point of this one pager in one line. So I'm just gonna say subject: proposal to launch Tide Revive, a $20 million EMEA opportunity in clothing renewal. And just like that, you've created a strategic, high impact business proposal that doesn't waste anyone's time and gets real decisions made. So that was a corporate example of what a proposal to a director at P&G might look like. Now let's do something different. Let's say I'm not inside a billion-dollar corporation. Instead, I work at or own a small business, and I want to use this template to pitch a digital product to someone. For this example, I'm going to use a digital product that I've already created, which is my brand and marketing manager resume kit. It's a downloadable resource, and I sell it on Gumroad. It's basically for fresh graduates who want to land brand roles at companies like P&G, PepsiCo, L'Oreal, and so on. I think it would be really fun to pitch my resume kit to an education platform like General Assembly. They have courses for students and young graduates from industry professionals. So they would get a new resource from an industry professional, and I would get my resume kit in front of their audience. Let's pitch this to GA using this one-pager template. Okay, I'm going to say to Jane Doe, the Director of Career Partnerships, from Rabia Hassan, the creator of Brand Resume Kit, at the date And again, I'll leave the subject blank for now. Let's again think about what General Assembly will care about in any collaboration. They value industry experience, so they would want to know that I'm an experienced professional to have created this kit. And like all businesses, they would need a monetary incentive to feature this product on their platform. I'm going to keep this in mind as I fill this out. So section 1 again is summary. I recommend launching a co-branded digital resume kit for early career marketers and career switchers in collaboration with General Assembly. Based on the performance and qualitative feedback of my existing resume kit, this initiative can help GA students improve placement outcomes while generating $250,000 in incremental revenue via digital sales, affiliate links, and bundled programming. The $250K estimate came from seeing that they have more than 100K students. So I assumed capturing just 5% of that with, let's say, a $50 digital product. Now let's add the background. Over 80% of resumes don't make it past the first screening, and only 1 in 10 get to hiring manager. Junior marketing job seekers struggle to create resumes that reflect their true skills, especially for brand, creative, or hybrid roles that don't fit a traditional CV format. Career coaches are overwhelmed, and most resume templates are either too generic or too design heavy for real recruiter needs. I built my resume kit to solve this, with tested formats, action verbs for brand roles, and plug-and-play examples that landed me interviews with 10 plus Fortune 500 companies. Since launch, it's received overwhelmingly positive feedback. So once again, in the background, I focused on the consumer, their pain point, and the product. Section 3 is key benefits. And once again, I'm thinking about how to convince General Assembly on this collaboration and trying to show them the best possible benefits of collaborating with me. So for the first benefit, I'll think about how their students would benefit from this. So I'll say that it can boost student outcomes, and their grads can use the kit to land higher quality jobs, bridging the gap between bootcamp learning and elite brand expectations. For the second benefit, I'll think about the monetary side of things and how GA can make money from this. So I'll say something like revenue generating and scalable. With just light customization, GA could license, co-brand, or affiliate this kit, unlocking passive revenue with no content creation. And for my third point, I can think about how this will align with GA's brand. So I can say brand alignment and say something like, this collab positions GA as the go-to career platform for modern marketers with insider tools from someone who has worked inside top-tier global brands. I think these are the things that GA probably thinks about when they're deciding whether to move with a collaboration or not. Next, we will move on to the financials. I was thinking that the signature $50 product could be a bundle of the actual kit with, let's say, an hour-long training from me in the form of a video. This will give their students not only the actual kit, but also an hour-long guidance on how to implement it step by step. And if someone wants just the CV kit, then they can purchase it at a lower price of, let's say, $29. So let's add the financials. So I'm going to add the price point of the standalone and the bundle. Then I'll add the projected revenue and kind of just the basic math of how I got there. I'll add what the share will be between me and GA. And I'll add the costs, which in this case are none, which is great because the product already exists. And finally, I'll talk a little bit about customer acquisition. GA has all the basic information on what this collaboration looks like, what are the terms, what it entails, and now finally we'll just add the next steps so they know exactly what needs to happen next in order for this collaboration to actually move forward. So let's make it really easy for them to say yes if they want to go ahead with the idea. GA to confirm interest in piloting the co-branded kit. Rabia to customize the template pack with GA branding. Rabia to film a 45-minute career coaching bonus session and launch to GA's current marketing students and alumni in a July campaign. Can't get much clearer than that. Now let's go back to the subject. So I'm gonna say proposal to co-launch a brand resume kit, projected $250,000 digital revenue, and student uplift. So there you have it, the same template, but a completely different product. One belongs to a multi-million-dollar fabric care line, and the other is a $50 digital product. The power of this one-pager and why it's so famous is that you can use it in any use case in which you need to communicate something important or an important decision needs to be made. It's all about focus on clarity body of thought and action. What I've noticed is that making money becomes so much easier when you do the hard work at this stage of eliminating confusion and distilling down to just the most important ideas with very clear action steps. I really hope you liked this video. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy content like this and if you want to see more brand strategy tools like this that you can practically use in any business. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.